Speaking
Now,
of patience,
speaking of patience,
people playing Red Dead Online gotta be real patient if they want to buy anything.
I mean, they got water guns on there for $4 million. $4 million water gun, baby. You want this water gun? I'm gonna need that house.
So, what you think about that Red Dead economy right now, man?
Honestly, I think one thing we have to remember is that it's just a beta. I think they've done a really good, but it's tricky, right? Because it's kind of like you in a somebody tells you, hey man, I just want to spar, right? And you're training for a fight and you say, hey, we just sparring. But when you get to the sparring session, they got a crowd there, and everybody's got a corner man, and they taping up the gloves, and so before you get in, you looking like, man, I thought you said this is sparring. I said, oh yeah, it's sparring, but it's live sparring, so we got everybody involved. Come out and the other guy comes out, bah, 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 gives you a quick one. You're like, wait a minute, dude, I thought we was just sparring. Is this real or what's going on? So it's tricking you, right? Because Red Dead Online, the demo, has this appearance of a finished product, so to speak, right? It has so many layers. It has all of this stuff that's already set up. But then you got to keep reminding yourself, oh, wait a minute, the game hasn't even been officially released. We don't even know how many modes are going to even be in this thing.
Right.
So it's a little easier to accept, because I really think they've done this perfect, because the single player game itself was worth the cost.
Yeah.
And by itself.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're giving this whole entire second game at no additional cost really takes a lot of pressure.
At no additional cost.
Right. You don't have to, because you don't have to buy into all of that stuff. You don't have to. It's up to you, right? This whole mode is yours.
Well, that's where the controversy comes in, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of issues with the economy that I think are worth discussing. And you and I are both on the same page to a degree, in that with microtransactions, there's always the if you don't want it, don't buy into it kind of thing. But I do think it's important when, like we joke about 2K18, you charging 1,000 VC for a haircut.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I had a lot of them.
Yeah. So are they being predatory is the key, right? And should they be, I don't want to say entitled, but is it fair for Rockstar to say you should also dump some money into the online? Because quite frankly, if there's a such thing as a $70, $80 single player campaign, they made it with Red Dead Redemption too.
Oh yeah, they did.
That single player campaign is, you can just do that. You can put all the rest of your games on the shelf.
Yeah.
Delete the rest of your library because it's just hot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rewarding in every way. So they don't owe you Red Dead Online.
They don't.
So, and if you're gonna dump hundreds of thousands of hours into that thing, throwing some dollars their way, that it's not free to make, it's not free to maintain. So it's not reasonable for us to expect to play that thing for free forever. And I think a lot of gamers want to do that with games. They want to play it for free forever and have new experiences. That's not realistic in the world of gaming. That having been said, if a company's honest about that, and it's like, well, we're not charging you, but at the same time, there's our players who support the online, and then there's our players who are just going to grind it, and we do need support in order to make this as great as it could be. That's one thing. But when you have a can of beans cost the same amount of money as a gold wedding ring, come on.
Them can of beans came from the organic aisle.
They got the
non-GMO.
They came from the gentrified neighborhood.
Yes, the gentrification. You already know what's happening with gentrification. You see a Whole Foods is going up. You already know what's going on. Starbucks and Whole Foods. Everything with a green logo.
So, and it's the other things too. The upkeep of like the camps, the cleaning of the guns, the honor system. This is when it starts to get into pay to win territory. The weapons. When it's cosmetics, my thing is with cosmetics, you can charge whatever you want.
Right.
Because the need to not look busted is all on you.
Yeah.
But if anything is semi-competitive or my enjoyment revolves around a mechanic and you're charging me for it, that's when the gaming community has every right to say, hey man, what's going on with this? For instance, charging you for fast travel.
Yeah, that's
Fast travel is not even, as we say in the film industry, diegetic. You know what I'm saying? That's not even in the game. There's no such thing as fast travel, really. That's just something you are doing in the video game part of the world. Why does that have a price on it? Who are you paying?
Here's the thing. It would have been so much smarter if fast travel was done in a way where it meant that you had access to the railroad.
Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah.
Then that's the way I thought that they were going to do it.
And it'd be more sick if you did that and people could rob your train.
Yeah. Fast track, huh? How about no track?
Yeah. Your train is being robbed.
That's dope. And
then
they can steal everything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think
that says you wouldn't even have to charge for it because it'd be a functioning game mechanic that costs money to participate in a different way, indirectly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely think that there's some things. I might put together a list of the 5 most ridiculously priced things in the Red Dead Online.
Can you do it for gaming overall?
Yeah, that would be interesting. Or I to be honest with you,
$50 human for like a scooter or something.
No. You know what was it? No, it's one of the things in 2K.
Or the megaphone.
The football costs like 50,000 VC.
And let me tell you something. I have not seen one football.
That's why, because
the free market has spoken.
Right. But this is what I'm saying to you, though. This is what I'm saying to you, man. I bet you the football's not there next year.
Or at a reduced price this year.
Yeah, or at a reduced price. If you, I still maintain it. And I understand what you're saying, right? But I still maintain that the way you make a company change is to stop paying it.
That's all well and good, B, but here's the problem. Red Dead Redemption sold, I think, what was it? I don't remember the number. It's something ridiculous.
It was an insane number. Yes.
Insane number. Millions and millions and millions of copies, right?
Right.
All the copies. Everybody got one, right?
Yep.
My mama got one.
Yep.
Might have to. So here's the thing. There's no way for the individual gamer to stop the whales. Some of these guys are coming home from the accounting or IT job. They not married. They spend all their money on their toys. And they just come home and just like, I throw $50 at Red Dead. I don't have 300 hours for that horse, but I want the horse. What else am I spending that money on? And the whales make it worth it. And in any community, when you allow a small number of people to ruin the experience of a large number of people, you probably need to tweak the structure of what's happening.
You think that it's really a small number, though?
It depends on what you're talking about. Now, I think in the case of the 2K community,
it's not a small number.
Right. Almost everybody spends VC on their characters.
Yes.
Right. So it's one of those things where that's worth it to you. And in the case of 2K, I actually don't think in Pro-Am and Park, you don't have to spend money.
I'm trying to, and this year more than ever.
Yeah. It's you don't have to spend money in that game. Now my team is a different story.
Oh, but you don't have to spend money in my team either.
I would have to check in with our my team experts on that one.
I mean, I think you get enough stuff from the points.
Yeah.
That you should never.
All right, that's fair. I'll take your word on that. So with 2K, even though I think some of the pricing in 2K is off, and it's fair for the community to say, hey, I'd like to participate in this, but I'm not going to do it at this price. It shouldn't be a closed door conversation where the company's like, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And the community doesn't buy it because you don't get better that way.
See, I wouldn't.
Everybody has to compromise and adjust for the things.
I don't think that's the angle I would take if I'm 2K or if I am Rockstar. I'm taking that angle as a consumer, right? So if I already bought Red Dead Redemption 2, right? So clearly, yes, this game made a ton of money. But if they weren't looking and hoping to make more money off Red Dead Online, they wouldn't attach a price to it. And there wouldn't be ways for you to spend your own additional money to enjoy these different aspects of the game. So they will feel an impact, even if it means they make $6 billion and instead of 10. That's still an impact that they're going to feel if I don't pay. So for me, and then here's what I do. I also make it known.
Right.
And this is what you have to do when you are a part of a community. You say, okay, you know what? We don't like this. And because we don't like this, we're not paying into it anymore. It's just that simple. So I bought Red Dead Redemption 2. So I own it. It's mine. I'm going to finish this story mode if I have, or if I haven't, I'm going to finish it. But I'm not doing this Red Dead Online thing until I see this change. And I still believe that if enough people react that way and make it known that this is why we're doing it, these companies have no other choice but to change.
Well, I think we agree. It's just, my thing is, you can't control what other people do. So,
but see, my point is, if there's not enough people willing to take action, then it's not that big of a problem.
But this is where I go back to the whales, because you only need, let's say if there's a size that you could say this many people not participating and they'll make a change. The whales can be only 10% and ruin the 90%. Like, because some of the whales are ridiculous. Like, there's literally tales of people spending tens of thousands of dollars on these microtransactions.
Oh, I know. I knew a dude that told me he spent $1,000 a month.
So, and let's just do the math.
Ultimate Team.
How many individual players who would have only spent $5, $10, $15, $50, $100? Let's say $100 cap, which is still kind of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're talking about just, that's almost 2 more games, right? That's not even if you include sales. So you're talking about $100. How many individuals not spending $100 makes up that 10,000? That's a lot. You know, so the whales are working on 100-to-1 basis.
I think it depends on the game. I think it depends.
Sure,
on the game.
Absolutely depends.
I don't think that we have a whale issue in 2K.
No, I think you definitely have a whale issue in Red Dead. I think I don't think 2K's issues are as egregious as Red Dead's, because 2K got better this year than last year.
I think you're just out of your mind high. If you I don't care how much money you got. If you come home and you say, I'm about to spend $50 on a can of fake beans in a video game, you need to be smacked.
I agree with you. I mean, but here's the thing. I'm not about telling people what to do. My thing is this a fair price? Is a fair question to ask, regardless of how many people are buying.
That's my thing. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Like, dude, I had a conversation with my son. Like, this summer, he lost his whole entire mind with Fortnite skins. Just lost his whole mind. And all while I had him working for me, right? And I was paying him a good amount for an 11-year-old or 12-year-old to be making to do what he was doing for me. And so he spent, like, on the real, he spent like $200 to $300 on skins, on V-Bucks. And all he was buying was skins. And I'm like, dude, I gave you the gaming craze. So, I get it. Right. I understand. Like, so I'm not like one of those fathers that's just like, you need to start playing them stupid video games. That's not, that's not who I am. Right. Yeah. But I'm telling you, you're spending inordinate amounts of cash on a fake product that doesn't exist. It doesn't even impact your experience. It's just a cosmetic for what you're running around in. And at the time, he didn't get it. And he came to me about 2 months ago. He said, Dad, I feel stupid every time I look at those skins. He was like, I opened up my Fortnite account and I look at how many skins I got. And I'm like, why did I blow all that money on these skins?
And the answer is actually, once you get into a dopaminogenic system of pleasure release, your judgment falters. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not just games.
You're right.
It's not just sex. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not just hobbies, anything. It's not just drugs.
Yeah.
This is how your system breaks down and you start making bad decisions. And so when we say, is it a fair price? As of right now, capitalism is amoral, right? It does not have good morals or bad morals.
It just is.
The idea is to make money. But at the same time, when you are asking for your community to participate in anything whatsoever, now it's different. See, if you just selling me a product, if you're just a tire salesman and I either come and buy your tires or I get them from somewhere else, then the free market speaks. But once you start saying, show up to our streams, you know, do a YouTube video on our games, here's some product releases so you can, you know, talk about our stuff, come to our event, then there's more give and take in the relationship. And I can say, hey, I don't think, not only do I not think your policy is fair, but I think you're trying to get over on us.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
I think it's more than just the free market. When in this day and age where these companies are trying to form more of a relationship with their community, because their community is what makes them spend money. And the last thing I'll say to this is, even though we said what we said about that game being great and the online being probably a worthy game all in and of itself, nobody's playing the online if nobody's playing the online. So everybody there who's providing population is doing, you know, it has a symbiotic relationship with Rockstar. And so in that relationship, it gets a little more complicated than just don't like it, don't buy it, don't like those prices, don't participate. Although Can of Beans is crazy.
Absolutely. Can of Beans is crazy. And I don't know. I guess this is another one that I mean, we agree, but I guess like you said, it's kind of like Malcolm and Martin. Like we want the same things, but we got talking about going about it a different way.
Yeah.
I want to do a boycott.
I think that's the move. I think that's always the move. The problem is gamers only boycott when they get offended.
But I judging by some of the stuff you hear over social media, it sounds like some people are offended.
Well, a small group, but the bottom line is Red Dead is too excellent. There's too much love in that game for this one thing that you don't even have to do to offend you to the point where you in a Fallout 76 type scenario.
Woo! You get one of them nylon bags.
You out.
I'll be weak. I'm rather unique.